A few moments later.
Watch out, guys. Combo Priest is back. Inner Fire may be out, but Bless is in. And let me tell you, your turn 6 is going to blow your mind. If any of you guys have played Jambre's Priest list that has Elec mounts and is all about, you know, playing Nazmani combos and playing your Malagos, this deck is pretty much exactly that, except we have cut the Elec mounts in order to go with a different kind of combo. Jambre does have his own version of this list, but this list that I've got is from Ramses, so I'm going to be highlighting both of them because I actually don't know which one is the better one, because Jambre still runs an Elec mount in order to get these juicy HP turns versus Ramses that has apparently played over 500 games of this. I'm going to go ahead and just put his tweet on screen so you can have his word versus mine. Apparently this guy has played 500 games with the deck and has opted for this exact 30 list card combo that I have also been playing on stream, and I ended up going, I think, 9-5 with. I started off really strong with like a 7-2 win rate, but then I started losing a little bit because this deck has a few weaknesses, but it does have ways of beating the bad matchups. So let me go ahead and walk you guys through the all new and improved Nazmani Mali Combo Priest. Let's start off by showing off the most important card in this deck. And no, it's not Bless. Yes, it is very important to actually win the game, but the reason why you're going to win most of your games is because of Shadow Word Devour. I absolutely love this card in Priest because it adds a very unique dynamic to where if your opponent has a Divine Shield minion, say a Murgle McGurgle that you're actually going to see in one of these clips coming up ahead, if your opponent has a 1 HP minion with Divine Shield, Shadow Word Devour goes past the Divine Shield and sucks the HP right out of the minion. So you're just going to get rid of the minion without having to proc the Divine Shield, which in some cases might be pretty good. But regardless, this card has a lot of nuance and a lot of versatility, I should say, because you can either use it, as I mentioned earlier, for a pretty decent board clear, or you can use it for the straight up, for the OTK, because say you have 7 minions on your side of the field, forget what your opponent has, if you have 7 minions on your side of the field, if you play Shadow Word Devour twice, you're probably going to be able to buff your minion by 12 HP, plus with all the other cards that you have, like Psychic Split, Empowered Fortitude, and even a Focused Will on your Malagos, if you have that on the field already, then you're able to just cheat so much damage all in one turn. As I said earlier, turn 6 is the major combo turn. Most of these clips coming up ahead are going to walk through how to actually do the combo the most consistent, because there is a few rules that you have to keep in mind. So let me go ahead and tell you about the rules when you're actually setting up the Nazmani combo. The biggest piece of advice that I can give you when you're going for your gigantic Nazmani discount turns is that you want to play the cards that don't add extra stuff into your hand until it's the last thing that you can play. So case in point, say you have a Desperate Prayer, a Draconic Studies, a Focused Will, a Gift of the Naru, and a Renew. The first card that you want to play out of those is going to be Desperate Prayer first off, because it's 0 mana and you won't miss any discounts. But then you want to really look at the rest of your cards like, alright, Renew gives me something in hand, Gift of the Naru gives something in hand, Focus Will doesn't give me something in hand. So if you have a minion, you could throw that on. Focus Will would probably be the second card to play here. The biggest thing here is that if you have Malagos in your hand, you really want every single discount to hit that Mali. When you have 2 Nazmanis, it might be a little bit difficult in order to do everything all in one turn. But when you have 3 Nazmanis, it feels like clockwork. But after you play your Focused Will, you're probably going to want to play either your Renew or your Gift of the Naru. Maybe Gift of the Naru because you have a good chance of drawing a lot of 1-drops. So that 1 discount won't be too much if it does go to 0, because then you just have, you have a 0 mana card that gives you 2 more discounts. That's the whole point of this deck. So you can play the Gift of the Naru, and then you can play your Renew. You play Renew in order to give you the best chance of getting another cheap spell, and if it does get hit, it may not work out. But your Draconic Studies is probably not the worst card, but it can be the card that can cause you the most amount of trouble. Say, like, you play this card, and then you get a really expensive dragon, and then that dragon ends up eating all the discounts while your Malagos in hand isn't really able to do anything. So I would try to play Draconic Studies either when you're fishing for a Malagos specifically, or when you're just trying to get those massive pop-off turns, but you want to play this card last, because another reason why Draconic Studies is good is because of the other way this deck can win. Sometimes you can just generate your own win con with a massive dragon, or if you get like devolved or something, you can just like you can use the minion left over and just use Psychic Splits and Powered Fortitude. I refer to this as finding your own win con. You'll probably see a clip coming up ahead where I think we ended up comboing somebody with a Cabal Courier. So yeah, that just goes to show the insanity that this deck can generate. But just know that your Nazmani discount turns are the most crucial thing that you need to do well in order to play this deck at a high competitive level. But that is probably the most complicated part of this deck. Other than that, it is somewhat straightforward to where sometimes you want to save your palm readings in order to discount as many spells as possible. So playing it on turn 3 may not be the best thing to do unless you have like an insight you want to corrupt. Or you have a lot of spells as is, but you really want to make sure that your palm reading discounts are used as effectively as possible. Insights are very, very good in order to draw the one mana Nazmanis, but even just having the Mali in your hand can sometimes be a powerful thing in order to help out when the Nazmanis eventually make it, because it's all about getting that insane Malagos swing as you're seeing in the clip right below this intro. But one other thing that I want to point out is Zarella. Zarella is absolutely necessary in this deck in order to give you some kind of comeback ability. It may seem like a low roll off of Insight, but really you need some kind of AoE to help you in some matchups. So there really isn't anything like a Desperate Prayer into Zarella clear, because it's just very powerful. So I think that Zarella is core for this particular deck. So if you're wanting to know if she's worth dusting or worth crafting, I would say you need to craft it for this deck. And finally, let's get into the Mulligan. The Mulligan is, I think, one of the most complicated things about this deck, because if you've watched Jambre play this deck, there are some interesting things that you can do if you have the right meta knowledge. But let me just go ahead and show you the 4 cards that you almost want to keep every single time. You want to keep Palm Reading, you want to keep Insight, you want to keep your Nazmani, probably not both of them, maybe just one of them. Keeping both of them might be a little bit Monka-esque. Thrive in the Shadows, and then you keep Gift of Luminance when you have Nazmani in your hand. But every now and again, I kind of like keeping Gift of Luminance, so that way if I do have Palm Reading, I can immediately make it 2 mana. But you really want to keep Gift of Luminance when you either have the Palm Reading or the Nazmani already in hand. And there are some times that I've seen Jambre keep the Mali in hand. I think this is mostly against decks that are really slow, so it's just all about doing that combo as soon as you can. I don't know how correct this is, so take this with a grain of salt. Maybe if you have like the Palm Reading and the Nazmani all ready to go, you could keep the Malagos. I really don't know what the best situation to keep the Mali is, but just know that it has been done before. I don't 100% agree with it because Insight is a card and you can always draw minions that way, but sometimes just going for that guaranteed draw so that way the Insight can automatically hit the Bloodweaver, maybe that's a reason. Maybe that's the best reason to keep the Mali, because when you do hit Mali off Insight, it does really suck. But having a 1 mana Nazmani is absolutely nuts. So if you think that you're up to it, go ahead and be brave and keep that Mali in your mulligan. But I would say that the best cards to keep are going to be Palm Reading, Insight, Nazmani, and Thrive in the Shadows. There's also a consideration to be said that if you want to keep Zarella in your opening hand when you have like Desperate Prayer or a Renew, you might have a reason or two in order to want to keep that in your mulligan. But this is very matchup dependent. I would say just the best mulligan is going to be the cards that I referenced earlier. But if you want to keep Mali or if you want to keep your Zarella, you really need a matchup that warrants you to have those kind of cards. Only keep Zarella against the really, really greedy matchups if you do have that healing card ready to go in your hand. And if you're going up against like a slow warrior, keep that Mali because you're gonna ruin their day. But I hope you guys enjoy this take on the new Combo Priest. And to be honest, I've never really been a fan of the old Inner Fire Combo Priest, but the reason why I enjoy this deck so much is because at its core, it is still an APM deck, and it's still a deck that can just be like, hey, here are these gigantic minions that you can't deal with, and I'm just laughing because I've already done my combo by turn 6. So if you guys want to pick up this deck, or if you want to learn some more about this deck, feel free to leave some comments down below about some questions you may have about this, because this is not an easy deck to pilot. If you are a new Hearthstone player, I will not recommend this deck to you. It is somewhat expensive, so don't craft the cards if you're looking for like the meta breaker or something like that, and if you're a newer player. But if you're a more experienced Hearthstone player and you love APM decks and you don't have to worry about like your setup limiting you, I would highly recommend this deck because not only can you get some wins, it's an insane amount of fun. And don't forget, guys, if you are having fun with this deck, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in order to be notified about any other future uploads that we happen to come out with. The deck code is down below, including the Jambre list, in case you think HELLSCREAM might be core. Not 100% sold on this, but one of the clips coming up ahead might convince you that HELLSCREAM is pretty nutty. There's also a Patreon, so feel free to check that out if you want to check out some extra perks and bonuses for supporting the content. And as always, if you want to catch these clips live, we stream at twitch.tv/ClarkHELLSCREAM. I hope you guys enjoy devouring your opponents and feasting on their salty tears. And we'll see you for the next video. Quest lock is at least tier 2 for the next 10 days. And it's gonna keep going down, if you want my honest opinion. Its popularity is gonna go down. People are gonna figure out how to beat it. Demon Seed may infinitely scale against control decks, but there's enough decks out there to where quest lock will be somewhat phased out. So hopefully we'll actually be able to play some control style of decks, but I don't believe that control is dead by any means. Especially if Quest Shaman is tier 1 on HS Replay. Quest Shaman literally control deck, even though it doesn't run any any big cards. Thrive in the Shadows from Thrive in the Shadows. Yay! We did it. But that includes bad players. Top Legend Handlock. I mean, the stats I'm looking at is top 1,000 Legend. All of the decks that I listed in the order that I listed them was on all of the servers on top 1,000 Legend. So it has all of the best players playing the best decks. Insight pretty good. Guess I do this in order to try and find a card to corrupt this. Hysteria could honestly work like it did last time. HELLSCREAM very tempting, but I don't think I can rely on it. What if you were to put one HELLSCREAM in this deck? I feel like it might be pretty decent, but I don't know. The Devour just seems to be way better. Especially if you're fighting a board-based deck, they feed into your combo. Goodbye. Go insight into palm reading now. How much can I discount that? Ooh, wait a minute. I might be able to take advantage of this this Trog. Something I love. Okay, actually no. Something I absolutely hate now that this card is nerfed is like if it gets played like this, you can just easily abuse it. So let's play. I guess we'll do this first. Alright, we can pop off the combo next turn now. 3 mana into play gift for. Actually, no, we should play focused first, then this. Then we can play this, draw a card, then get the dragon. We gotta get the dragon first so that way it doesn't eat up the discounts. And now that we have triple Nazmani, we might be able to do something really goofy. This deck won't have a way of dealing with it if I make copies. So let's go ahead and do this. That's a hell of a turn. That is one hell of a turn. Turn 6. 60 plus stats. That's a hell of a turn. That was a turn 6 combo if I've seen one. We'll keep the Nazmani. Heat Fire Ash, thank you so much for that follow, man. Good to have you with us. We're playing a doozy of a deck. We've been playing doozy of decks all day, man. Only the finest of decks. For the finest of Hearthstone viewers. Oh my god, I'm leaning in too much. Gotta watch my posture, man. I'm not gonna lie, like I do like stuff like this whenever I'm streaming and I'm hunched over all the time. Gonna get myself a back corrector if I don't get better. Okay. I know we can. Wait, may the light grant you peace. We must bless this man. Because it's literally what he's doing. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It literally took that Reddit post in order for me to figure out that he's literally kneeling over to a dead guy right now. That's very grim if you think about it. Literally, he's holding a dead guy by the hand. May the light grant you peace, your final rites. I'm gonna wait a turn on the palm reading. Because unfortunately, I don't have an insight and I don't have a Gift of Luminance in my hand. These would be really good cards to discount right now. Plus, I need like more juice for the Nazmani. So maybe just have to wait until turn 5 to play this. So let's hope for a Thrive in the Shadows, or I don't really want to trade the shard, but I guess I could do that. Focused Will. These are all really bad cards to get discounted, so I'm gonna wait one more turn. Peaky HS, thank you so much for that follow, man. Hope you're having a good time hanging out with us.
Reporting for duty.
Thank you for that follow. Okay, we're gonna just have to go for it. Psych Split. Psych Split can actually work with the Nazmani. Not really the out I want to go for it, but it might be the out I'm forced to try. So turn 7, I can at least try to set up the combo. Hey man, how's it going? It's going pretty good, dude. Like we're trying out some interesting decks. We're not just playing boring old decks that have been nerfed or decks that have been around forever. We're actually trying to, you know, find something new. And I think we might have found it. Oh my god, we got combo. I have to go for it. Wait. Yeah, I have to go for it.
We will feed on this well. We will feed on this well.
This is just literally turn 6 Lethal Priest. Did I find Desperate Prayer? Or did I find the other power word? Yeah, okay, I found something. Oh, wow, really? I missed? Okay, fine. It's still pretty good, though. I got a 16-16 with Divine Shield. Too bad there isn't a high stealth, minion that you could use. I don't think you need one. The Nazmani and the 12 HP on the Malagos seem more than enough. Plus you have Draconic Study. Oh. Oh. Paladin does have that. I forgot. It's fine. Wait, what? No, 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 I've already used Focus Wills. Okay, hold on a minute. Find Renew. Oh my god, really, dude? You're not stopping me, okay? let him play Samoro. Go ahead. Let him play Samoro. Let him play Samoro. Yeah, good luck clearing this. You got 7 mana to work with. I don't know how much mana I just cheated this turn. The answer is too much. If the Nazmanis survive, it doesn't matter what you do to block the combo, I guess. Because no matter what, you'll find the dragons. This deck just works, dude. It's too insane. We'll just toss this entire hand because we just want to hit Insights and Palm Reading. Against Demon Hunter, they literally don't play a board. So we just create the giant board that they can't deal with. If they play Mage Hunter, this could get dicey. But I haven't been seeing a lot of people play the Hype Horizon list, which I think might be better. But maybe I'm biased. But Mage Hunter just seems like a pretty solid card in Fell Demon Hunter, but there are times it doesn't really pan out. Wait, what? Interesting. Is he playing big? Is he playing thick demons? Is that why Blood Mage is in here? No, Blood Mage is still in Fell. I gotta remember that. Blood Mage is still in Fell. I gotta remember that Barrage, the Fell Barrage is just immediately 7 damage here. Sucks I can't knock it out, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Warblades, sure. Nutty Palm Reading. We want to find the Insight. We'll wait next turn to play it. Maybe we draw a minion in that time. Yeah, sometimes having Malagos in the hand is just honestly a high roll, so that way you don't hit it off of the Insight. Maybe I should start keeping it in some more matchups. Another Palm Reading. I think it's actually just better to take the trade, because I don't really need to discount this hand. A randomly discovered Glide would absolutely destroy me. But there's nothing we can do to play around it, because we need all of these cards. Wow, he actually killed the Blood Mage. Let's go. He's probably making room for Skull if he's doing this. This could find the Mally. This could actually be pretty insane. Okay. Imagine just making a really big dragon. And then just Psychic Splitting it.
I don't have enough mana.
Yes, you do. And if it doesn't, and if he does have 13 damage somehow, then I can just, copy the 7-drop. No matter what, this is a win for me. He doesn't have the Kurtrus available, so I don't have to worry about him bursting me out of nowhere. We just make a large dragon and then copy it. Fine. Only one survives. Need a really good 7-drop. Is there a 7-drop with a death rattle? I think I still have to copy it. If only I could have fit on the Bless this turn. Would have been 17 damage, but this is still good enough. It doesn't look like this guy's playing nearly enough removal to be able to stop this. Bless just might honestly win this now. Especially now that I have this. I can hit him for 8, put him down to 14. Yeah, it's more than enough. Way more than enough damage. Always gotta try and find the 30 damage combo, dude. Yeah, there's no way you have enough damage. GG. Just live in blissful ignorance. Look at this damage. So much damage. What is that? 5-1? 5-1 with combo priest? Oh my god, this deck is real.